Good morning, everybody. Oh, I forgot to open up the Discordia. Let me open up the Discordia. For those that's members of the gang, I am in the Discord chat, voice chat. So if you would like to unmute and ask or share anything, I am there. For everyone else, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. If this is your first time tuning into Tim's Tidbits, allow me to say welcome. If it's not your first time tuning into Tim's Tidbits, I'm still going to say welcome. And I'm going to give you a nice hearty thank you. Thank you for always tuning into Tim's Tidbits. If you don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr., a.k.a. Aranya Grande. For my non-Spanish speaking folks, that's Big Spider. You hear me? And I'd like to welcome you to another stimulated episode of Filet Overnight Price Action. How y'all doing today, man? I'm dog tired. I ain't gonna hold you. I am dog tired, boss. Come on, let's see who in the chat. Then we gonna get to it. Here to learn share. Aranda Green, E-Rock, Seawalk, Tish, Deborah. All in the chat. Let's get straight to it, man. Let's get straight to the price action. That's the wrong one, Tim. That's not the one. That's the one. Okay. That's the one. Me no likey that one. Which one y'all like better? Put a 1 in the chat if you like the normal way we look at the screen with me on the side and a little box. Put a 2 in the chat if you like it where I'm down at the bottom right there. Do that. 1 if you like this one. 2 if you like that one. And we'll go with the majority. The majority. Am I sharing my screen on this? Yes, I am. I'm sharing my screen on the Discord. Again, I'm in the Discord. If anyone in the gang has any questions or anything, please, y'all hold on 1 second. Let me get this together. Y'all hold on just 1 second for me. 1 second for me. 1 second for me. All right. Okay. All right. We got 1, 1, 1, 2, 3 twos. And we got a long explanation. I guess everybody just listening because we Iron Virgil. Welcome, Iron Virgil. That's my first time seeing that name. If it's not your first time tuning into Tim's Tidbits, I truly jalapies. But if it is your first time tuning into Tim's Tidbits, please allow me to say welcome. It's going to take some getting used to with me being in the corner right there. It's not good. I'm about to read it like this right here, so it look like I'm looking at the chart for real. La da da. Okay, man. Let's get to it, man. Turn on my fancy dancy. Let's get our 6 o'clock line. Oh, you know what I just thought about? I see that we're in this green section. And everybody that's been tuned in to Tim's Tidbits know what that green section is in this particular case. In this particular case, that green section is that monthly busy that we talked about 2 weeks ago. I've watched all your playlists doing. Hey, I appreciate that, man. No. Get off my screen. Woo! I tell you, boy, gotta love the gang. Gotta love the gang. Hey, what we gonna do today? Instead of just doing an overnight price action review, we gonna do a price action review based off of what price did to get to where we anticipated price to get to, and just look at, you know, how long it took to get there, right? So for anybody who don't know what I'm talking about, right, we who remember when that was? Okay, let's go back. Let's go back and look and see. Let's go to the daily chart. Hey, let's go to the daily chart. And price had not taken out this high yet. So that's going to be that day. When was the first? The first was there. So the sun. Okay, so yeah. So right, we were here. This day was okay. So when we did the review, that candle was printing. So that was the, you know what I'm saying? That was the highest high, right? Because we marked this out at the high. So that's going to be the 31st. That's going to be 31st. So let's see. It was a chart prep video. Hey, where does my man? I need to do something about this. Okay, Tim's Tidbit overnight price action. Tim's Tidbit this, it might be in here. Tim's Tidbit live. It's gonna be a chart prep video. Special PSA, maybe some tape reading. Stop looking for. That wasn't a public. That wasn't a public chart prep video that I did. I thought it was like a public chart prep video. I don't know. That one. Y'all be remembering stuff. What's up, Valentine? Hey, were we like on a public video when I did the chart prep and we was talking about coming back down? Weekend chart prep. 324. Oh, that's members only. Let me see if it was. Let me see if it was a members only video. I'm looking for 3. Oh, I could just do it for him. It wasn't public. It wasn't public. 331. Here, Learn and Share said it wasn't public. I look for everybody's video. I thought I was just gonna look on mine. Yeah, it was public because it said follow up to 3/31/24 chart prep. So where's that video? Oh, it was when it was Easter weekend. That's why I couldn't find it. It was Easter weekend. Okay. So the weekend chart prep video, which playlist is this in? Anyway, in this video right here, the weekend chart prep video, it's the one. Look here, I'm using Run the Green things here. Monday, how to chart, full portion, ES June contract, King's contract difference, monthly chart, see what price is doing on the high time frame. Skip. I was on vacation. Okay. Monthly. Man, I was running my mouth a lot. Okay. Right there, we got our internal liquidity. That was the what's the name? Coming down. I was drawing it out right there. Nah, that ain't it right there. Anyway, we was talking about that's the week. Anyway, you see the what's name there. I can't find it, but it's in here somewhere. It's in here somewhere. It's in here somewhere we was talking about right there. Let me now. Now, I'm just doing this. The reason why I'm doing this is because y'all know how it be like haters out. We're gonna get to the what's name? The market about to open. Okay, share windows, Chrome tab, share Chrome tab. Now, okay. Now, y'all listen to On Vacation, little Timmy Rogers for a second.
Below us, a month. That's our monthly low.
Can y'all hear them? Can y'all hear? Put
We
it one in chat if
created
y'all can hear
a
it.
monthly fair value gap below us. So we got us a monthly fair value gap. We are is below us, right? We are in an extreme premium. Okay. We have touched the buy side. So on the monthly time frame, that fair value gap can act as a magnet to price, meaning this monthly fair value gap right here can act as a magnet to price. It can say, hey, come back down here.
Now, if you heard on vacation, little Timmy Rogers say, was I on vacation? Was I on vacation? I think I was. Because I'm using my MacBook and I had my glasses on. If you heard me say that the monthly was bullish, we was in extreme premium, we touched the buy side, and that monthly fair value gap can act as a magnet price and says, hey, come down here. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. If you heard me say that on this video, that see, little Timmy Rogers in the way. Y'all can't see the thing. Move, little Timmy Rogers, right there. You see the date right there? I know what I can do. I'll leave it like that, but then I'll do like that. See right there. Weekend chart prep 331. Right? And then I came back and did I can't remember why I did a follow-up, but y'all saw I did a follow-up to the weekend chart prep. I can't remember why. Oh, yeah, that was, you do not need indicators. That's what it was, because price was doing what we talked about on 331. And I came back and did the you do not need indicators video, because the gang was, and I was shouting at the gang because they were responding to like what I posted in the Discord, and it was playing out on the chart. And I was doing the you do not need indicators. Okay. Said, oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute, y'all. The market is open. The market is open. The market is open. If you're going to trade, please trade safely. If you're not going to trade, please take a copious amounts of notes so you can go back and study what you saw today and apply it to your future trading endeavors. Enjoy your day. Now, what were we saying? Move out of the way. That. So that, wait a minute. What did I just do? What? Oh, that was the window. It was a window, and I closed that window. Okay. I had to share it different so y'all can hear the volume, because it like I got to share it a different way. Okay. I got to get used to this being over there because it's in the bottom corner. All right. Now, this is that. Oh, this was the, and y'all saw how the chart looked when we was doing it, right? We were creating this candle right here. We were creating that candle. No, we was creating this candle. We were creating this candle because I said we had just touched the buy side. We were creating this candle when we were doing the chart prep video. So this in essence is sort of what the chart looked like when we started doing it well. Okay, so on the daily time frame, there was a weekly, dog it, on the daily time, on the weekly time frame, there was a weekly imbalance down here that we talked about also. Right, there was a weekly that we talked about also, where this is the weekly that I had been talking about. And then remember when I changed it to gray, and then eventually I had taken it off of the chart because we had got so far below it. That's the weekly imbalance there. We talked about that in that same video too. Right. So on a daily time frame, that day we closed, lower. We touched the buy side and we closed lower, right? Then the next day we took out the sell side. I think this is when I was like, what's this? I posted something about like the 4 hour. I can't remember what I posted. Tim, you got the Discord open. Just go look and see. Class participation right here. Pop quiz. That was on 4/1. So that was this day. That was before this day right here even happened. Okay. So let's go back. So on this day right here, we walking through what price did. It's price action. It's price action. It ain't just, prove that the gang is great and toot your horn day. There's a method to the madness. But the reason why I'm walking it through like this is because, I be seeing names that I've never seen before. And, you have to give people proof of concept. And there's haters also. There are haters also, and haters gonna hate. So I do it for everybody, just like I do it for the people that's hard charging and dedicated, and I do it for the lazy people too. I just give the lazy people something, But so on the first, and it was at 1:56 p.m. So this day was not over. This day was not over. Right here, it was 1:56 p.m. and this right here was a 4-hour chart. And I said, pop quiz. It's 10 minutes left before this candle closes. That's printing, right? So it was a 4-hour candle that was printing, right? What would your expectations when price trades back to where the arrow is pointing? Why? Be detailed. And what PD array is that? Right? This is the picture in question. So when that candle finished printing, I said, what would be your expectation when price traded back up to this area right here, right? And the gang went crazy, right? They went crazy. They did their 1-2. They went crazy. And then that's when we did the follow-up video about, price, expecting price to, oh, I hit the wrong button. Expecting price to do this, right? So I said all that to say that, for proof of concept, for those who may be unsure about if the concepts, the ICT concepts work, and for those who are just haters. Okay, so the next day, price traded down, gave us a bearish break in market structure on the daily time frame, and it's respecting the bullish order block and respecting the bullish fair value gap, aka BISI, right? For the daily and for the weekly, right? So you got a daily BISI here, you got a weekly BISI here. So quick note. This is how little Timmy Rogers look at what price is doing. Okay, another teachable moment, right? This is how I look at what price is reacting to. This is just the way I do it. Okay, if you see, there is a daily BISI here. I'm going to change this to Azul. Who knows what Azul is? Somebody tell me what Azul is in the in the chat. Who knows what Azul? I'm gonna change this to Azul, right? Y'all tell me what Azul is. Very good, Sanjay. Azul, 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 Azul. Okay, there's a daily BISI right there, right? There's a weekly BISI in the same place, right? Tim, how do you determine what it's reacting to? It's reacting and respecting two different things on two different time frames. Okay, if you look right here on this day, on the 14th of March, right? That is the low of the weekly BISI. Over here on the 26th of March, that's the high of the weekly BISI, meaning this weekly BISI did not exist until the close of this March 26th candle, right? Y'all stick with me, right? I'm going somewhere. This is a daily time frame. So in the world of PD arrays, when price traded back into this daily BISI was created on March 20th. This weekly BISI did not exist. So when price traded into this daily BISI on the 22nd, right, it started engaging with the daily BISI. Okay. Then when it traded back down on the 2nd, now it's engaging with the weekly BISI. Okay, so on this day, it's engaging with the weekly. On this day, it's engaging with the daily. This day, this day, this day. These 3 days, you're engaging with the daily more so here. And then on this day, now you're engaging with the weekly because the weekly exists now. The weekly didn't exist back here. So when it traded down, and then now on the daily, you're engaging with the daily bullish order block, right? So on the 2nd, right, the daily fair value gap is still there. It's still valid, but I'm not putting the engagement on this day on the daily fair value gap. I'm just looking at how price closes in relations to it. The engagement is with the weekly fair value gap and this daily bullish order block over here. Right. And then if you want to get into the weeds of things, let's get us right here. Okay. We came into this mitigation block right here. If you want to get into the weeds of this consolidation there, right? Right, because you got this low here, you got this high, you got this higher low, and you got this higher high right there. If you want to get into the weeds of it, you can say, hey, we engaging with the mitigation block. Okay, tomato, whatever blows your skirt out. Okay, and this teachable moment was brought to you by Squirrel. Okay, so that's how I, gauge what PD arrays is price interacting with. First of all, when were they created? Okay, because they're on different time frames. When we started interacting with this one, the weekly didn't exist, right? Once we traded away and we started coming back down, now we've traded away to external liquidity and we're trading back to internal liquidity, right? That weekly, that was new internal liquidity that we were trading back to, and then we got other internal liquidity in the form of order blocks and stuff like that, right? Tim, that's a bullish order block. Why did price keep going down? Because you can have PD arrays everywhere. What's their job? To fit the narrative of current price. The narrative of this bullish order block, it did its job. It hit it. We got a reaction off of it. No one said it was supposed to go back to the highs. Why? Because the draw was this monthly fair value gap. Picasso lived down here. Picasso! That was the draw. Remember, we talked about it in the video. Okay, moving on. We had a reaction off of what we talked about, the order block, the fair value gap. Price is still respecting the weekly fair value gap body wise, right? We created 1, 2 SIBIs on the way down, creating this bearish break-in market structure, right? We got a slight closure below it, but we got a strong rejection off of the order block and the daily order block, and we're respecting the weekly fair value gap. So you would anticipate price to retrace some, right? You would anticipate it to retrace some, and it did, right? It did. So we retraced back up a little right there off of that strong rejection. Right now, mentees, we talked about the third candle telling the story, right? 1, 2, 3, right? So 1, 2, 3. This candle right here is saying that I don't want to come back to this fair value gap until I do something else more pressing to the downside, right? The next candle, right? We didn't come back to that fair value gap, right? We went down, we went up, but we didn't come back to that fair value gap. Okay, now we got a fair value gap right here. 1, 2, 3. This candle right here is saying I'm probably going to fill this fair value gap most Rick Tickety sooner than later. I'm going to feel it. Why? Because y'all already know. Look at the mentorship video if you don't understand what I'm saying. What did it do? Immediately filled that fair value gap. And then we went back to take care of this one too. Why? Because Picasso lived down here and they taking care of the imbalances. The algorithm is taking care of the imbalances because Picasso lives down here, right? So 1, 2, 3 did not go back to it immediately, right? 1, 2, 3 went back to it immediately and also took care of his brother, and then got a hefty rejection off of these right here. These the top fair value gap there. And you have a daily bearish breaker right here. Right? You got a daily bearish breaker right there. You got a bearish order block right there. You got imbalances there. So you got a hefty rejection off of this area right here. And we traded down and just running all over the bullish order block. Why? Because we had reacted off of it already here. We came down, right? That's another way you can. Now, this way is more hindsight of seeing which PD array we reacted off of. But when we came down here, okay, to the weekly imbalance, right? We came down and touched into the order block. And then once the next candle opened up, you know, we came down, soaked up some more longs for people who was, you know, they were still bullish. We come down, soaking up some more longs for people who were bullish, right? And then pump faked them here. They were happy, they were happy, they were happy. Oh my God, I'm trapped, right? But on this candle right here, we melted down, like just totally disrespecting this, because look how far down below mean threshold of this is. Why? Because we had already engaged on the weekly level. We're engaging with the weekly fair value gap. On the daily level, we're engaging with the daily order block over here. So when we came back on this day, price just melted through. This candle right here, you can say they was just soaking up more longs to trap people, just soaking up more longs to trap people who was ready to blast off, because we had gone up, taken out external, traded back to internal, taken out external, traded back to internal. They were looking to go take out external because they were still bullish. There's nothing wrong with that. Just wasn't. Versa fast core. What in the world is Vera fast core? Okay. So there it is on the daily time frame, mentees. Price is fractal. That's that. I was saying all that to say price is fractal. Okay. All right. Then traded back up. This right here is what ICT calls an immediate rebalance, right? Why? Price is bearish. This candle closed all the way down here. If this candle would have opened there and kept going down, there would have been a SIBI that big right there. If that candle would have opened and dropped down. But price immediately went back up and prevented that from happening. All right. Traded all the way back up into this bearish breaker right there. All right. The high on that candle is 52.7250. The close on that candle is 52.7250. All the way back up to that bearish breaker right there. And pulled back off of it, closing on the bottom side of the weekly fair value gap, the weekly SIBI. The next candle, we kind of dilly-dallied a little bit. That was a little dilly-dally. We didn't do much of nothing, right? One of those everything and nothing days, right? Everything and nothing. Next day, came down. This, you know, it's been difficult price action. We're just consolidating right now. A lot of violence being happening, because look at the size of this wick. A lot of violence being happening, right? A lot of violence. But prices reacting right there inside that area where that SIBI would have been, right here next to this old area of consolidation. We consolidated here and we went up, right? Now we're on the other side and we're consolidating. So will price consolidate here and go down? And y'all know, like on market maker buy models and sell. This would be a market maker sell model, right? When you get to an old area of accumulation, and when you get on the sell side and you're anticipating the area of distribution, you will consolidate or accumulate and expand up. And then on the distribution side, you will consolidate or accumulate and then expand down, right? So will this area consolidate and expand down? We already know what the answer is because we're doing this in hindsight, right? So we're starting to push down. We took out the daily sell side right there, had a little bit of reaction off of it, right? Took it out, rejected off of it. The next day, we pushed back up to that weekly fair value gap, came right here to this up close candle, that right there. If we, you know what I'm saying, this right here would act as an order block. This right here will be acting as an order block, because when we opened the next candle here, we had heavy displacement to the downside. So when price trades back up into this up close candle from inside this consolidation, right, that will be your order block. All right, you consolidate. We got heavy displacement away. The last up close candle at or near equilibrium would act as your order block. So price traded back up and we had a reaction off of it. The next day, melted down, right? Melted down to the downside. Okay. Next day, we traded back up, all right? If price would have just traded here and dropped, there would have been a SIBI right there if price would have just opened and dropped. But price opened, pushed back up into this up close candle. When you're in a sell program, mentees, this is something new that we haven't covered. We will cover it in a bunch of weeks. We got fair value gaps part 3. Then we got, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks from now, unless I change the schedule again. But when you're in a sale program, up close candles should act as resistance to price, right? We opened up, pushed up into this up close candle, and then melted off, taking out the monthly sell side that we had marked out. That was the low of the month from March, and we made it to Picasso's house. Since we spent so much time doing that, I'm not going to go through lower time frames because price is fractal. It's going to be doing the same thing. If you would like to go back on your own and go through price on a 4-hour chart, then on a 1-hour chart, then on a 15-minute chart, then on a 5-minute chart, then on a 1-minute chart, but just go back and see what PD arrays did price react to, what building blocks did it use to build the bridge from where we were on March 31st to where we are on April 16th. Go back through. I put it too far. Go back through and do the same thing that I just did and look at what we did, you know what I'm saying, candle by candle, and you will start to understand why on March 31st, when we were here, we said that Picasso lived, Picasso lived down here, and we anticipated price to draw back towards it. You go through just like what I did and see how price utilizes the PD arrays. When does it utilize the PD arrays? And you'll start to get the times of days once you go down into the, intraday charts, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, the 15, the 5, the 1. You'll see the times of days when it's doing things. And then on a daily candle, you see it's doing the same thing, but it's just over days instead of being, and I said we was going to see how long it took. So from the day, we'll just use the day that we talked about it. And then it hit it yesterday. That is 14 days, calendar days, 10 trading days, right? 10 bars, 14 days. So it took 2 weeks to get there. 2 full trading weeks and 2 weeks in calendar days, because 10 bars is you got 5 and 5. So that's 2 full 5-day weeks, and 14 days, that's 2 full 7-day calendar weeks. That's the amount of time it took to go from the weekend chart prep to Picasso's house. I hope y'all got something out of this. When I saw that we were down here, when I first logged in, I said, hey, we're going to do a little something different with the price action review. We're not just going to review the overnight price action. We're going to review the price action throughout this entire move that we were anticipating from here to see how price was delivered to Picasso's house. So, question before I bid you adieu. Now that we're at Picasso's house, or 2 questions. Now that we're at Picasso's house, 1, what does little Timmy Rogers call this monthly Bissy right here? What does little Timmy Rogers call that? And then now that we're there, what do we do? Boom, boom. Anticipatory reactionary point. Very good, E-Rock. It is an anticipatory reactionary point. You forgot a few words here to learn and share, but very good. It's an anticipatory reactionary point. Deborah, very good. It's an anticipatory reactionary point. Wait for reaction. Wait for price to show us what it wants to do. Shout out the gang, man. Shout out the gang. Shout out the gang. Shout out the gang. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Hopefully y'all got something with my antics and all, man. Shout out the dude that pulled up yesterday. Was like, are you high? Hey, man. That's it. Do anybody got anything? Do anybody have anything? I'm in the Discord. If anybody in the gang got any questions, high off life in the charts. You feel me? If anybody in the gang got any questions, feel free to pop in the Discord and unmute and ask your question. For those of you here to learn to share who say, I like the YouTube better. I like it on YouTube better. There's the link in the chat of YouTube to click and pull up and ask your question. So I'll give it a couple minutes. It's 10:06. I'll give it to 10:10 to see if anybody can think of anything they would like to ask or share. And then at 10:10, I will bid you adieu. Man, I just know, look at this thing, Nick. This right here looks like a fish with a sweatshirt on, right? It's got a fin on its back, a fish head. And I don't know what this is, but look at her neck. It looked like, I don't know what that's supposed to be. Hey, you're the only one here. Invite a friend to start chatting. Choose an activity to play, watch, or collaborate together. I guess ain't nobody got nothing. Ain't nobody said nothing. I said I'll go wait to 10:10, but ain't no need for y'all to just sit here looking at me, looking at you. Do y'all know how let me go full screen here. Do y'all know like how weird it is in the beginning? Like when I first started doing stuff like talking to the camera, that was the weirdest feeling in the world, to sit there and just be talking to a camera, right? Because I used to be vlogging with my family, because my son started like vlogging, and then we used to be vlogging all the time. So then I caught the vlogging bug. But it's just so, but like I'm sitting in a house by myself. I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to myself right now. There's ain't nothing here but a camera and a green screen. It's like I got the green screen hung up around my room. There's nothing. How do I change? Can I change that while I'm here? Virtual background. None. That's what it looks like right now in here. That's what it looks like. It looks like that. I'm just sitting in a room I'm sitting here by myself. I got this green screen. I got anchors in the ceiling, and it's anchored around the ceiling, like it go all around. I got it anchored around the ceiling so I can have room to move around. You know, I can scoot way back, lay all down if I want to, put my feet up on the desk. You know what I'm saying? It's like I got room in here. Like when my family or somebody want to come in, they can sit in a chair next to me. I ain't got it like so. I'm just sitting here by myself, and I'm just talking to myself. And then at some point it becomes normal, and that's not normal. Put Robinson back on. Speaking of Robinson. Hold up. Let me get it. Hold up. Got to get there. It is. Let me turn it show. Me and my homie. Somebody get a screenshot of that so I can send it to her. Somebody screenshot this and then send it to me on Discord. Screenshot it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hey man, that's it. It's 10:11. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me and putting up with my antics. Hopefully I shared something that helped somebody along their learning journey of learning how to read price action. Hopefully I encourage somebody by showing that we talked about something on March 31st, and here it is, April 16th, and it has come to fruition. Hopefully that's encouraging to you. Hopefully, if you're struggling with it right now, you can see that there's light at the end of the tunnel. And hey, till the next time I decide to get on Al Gore's internet and share my thoughts on this thing that we call price action. It's your boy, Aranya Grande, aka Big Spot. You hear, man? Y'all be safe out here in these trading streets, man. I'm gone.